Shit, look at this. It's this page ... and this page. It's so huge, it doesn't even fit. I just ripped my atlas. That's our first clue. Russia is big. Yes, this landmass is Russia. But Russia is also this, and this, and this. This single country spans 11 time zones and is home to over 100 distinct languages. I mean, the place is freakishly huge. Countries aren't really supposed to be this big. So, how did it happen? How did Russia become the colossus of the map? Countries come in all shapes and sizes. You have microstates like Monaco in Europe, literally 2 square kilometers, smaller than most cities. That's an outlier. Let's look at an average-sized country, like Belgium. That's about 11,000 square kilometers. Then you have bigger players like France, clocking in at 550,000 square kilometers. Over in the United States, where everything is supposedly bigger, you have individual states that dwarf European nations. Texas, for example, is 695,000 square kilometers. The entire continental US is about 8 million square kilometers. That's huge. But now, look at the second largest country on Earth, Canada, and then take a look at the largest. Russia is 17 million square kilometers. That's more than double the size of the continental US. It covers 1/8 of the world's habitable land. It's almost double the size of the next biggest country on the list. It's mind-blowing. Russia is partly in Europe. It shares a coastline with Turkey, and then you go all the way over here, and it borders China and North Korea. Keep going, and you can literally swim from Russia to the United States across the Bering Strait, just 2.5 miles. So yeah, Russia is undeniably, incomprehensibly giant. But not that long ago, it wasn't. That's the story I want to tell you. 1,000 years ago, Russia didn't exist. This area was a loose group of Slavic peoples growing prosperous societies here in Eastern Europe. But they had a massive weakness. It's a superhighway for armies. And a group of horse-riding warriors took full advantage. These were the Mongols. Under the Mongol Empire, 40,000 skilled horsemen with bows and arrows used this path to traverse Asia and expand their dominion. They swept into the Slavic lands, conquering cities and burning them down. It was a brutal takeover. This event shattered the early Slavic society, breaking apart any collaboration between cities. They were now paying taxes to an empire from the other side of the world. But amidst the ruins, one city began to quietly grow more powerful. It was called Muscovy, what we now know as Moscow. It became a regional hub for trading fur, which was becoming incredibly fashionable and valuable in Europe. Moscow also started learning about new technologies from Europe, like gunpowder and firearms. Before long, they were ready to punch back. The Mongol Empire, for all its might, was getting too big and hard to maintain. It was starting to crack, and Moscow was there to exploit it. So, Moscow started fighting back. They had fur money and gunpowder. They began pushing the Mongols out and moving east. The leaders of this growing Russian state had one core trauma. We are never going to let anyone sneak up on us again like the Mongols did. To the west, in Europe, countries had natural barriers, mountain ranges like the Alps or seas. The Russians looked east and saw the Ural Mountains, a perfect natural border. They expanded to claim them. Things were looking good. They had mountains of fur-based economy and growing technology. But look, there's a fatal flaw. That flat grassland superhighway, it doesn't stop at the mountains. There's a massive gap. The natural border was incomplete. They were still vulnerable. Then, in the mid-1500s, a truly ambitious, and yes, terrible guy came to power, Ivan the Terrible. He looked at those mountains and said, "Why stop there? Let's see how far east we can push past the mountains, all the way." What they found on the other side was Siberia, a vast, sparsely populated land of ice and forests. There weren't many people, and those who were there didn't put up massive resistance. The main enemy became the cold, but with the cold came animals with incredibly thick, luxurious fur, and that fur was pure gold in Europe. This created a fur-fueled frenzy to just keep going. It became a race to the east, fueled by capitalism and a deep-seated fear of invasion. They kept moving until they hit the Pacific Ocean, the edge of the world. But here's the fascinating part. This expansion was often so chaotic that the government back in Moscow barely knew what was happening. One explorer would conquer a remote village, and a letter would arrive back in Moscow saying, "So, we took this place. Hope that's cool." There is something erotic taking place in the borders of our empire. Erotic, that's one way to put it. But the most interesting part is how this expansion differed from others. When Russian explorers encountered a new tribe or culture, they often tried to negotiate first, offering them protection and trade in exchange for joining the empire. If they resisted, it became violent and imperialistic. But many tribes didn't resist. They found it beneficial. As a result, the empire absorbed dozens of cultures, languages, and identities without totally erasing them. This massive landmass is perhaps better understood as a mosaic. Russia is divided into 85 territories, and 22 of them are called republics. These republics have their own official languages, their own legislatures, and a high degree of autonomy. It's like 22 countries within a country. So, yes, Russia is this giant blob on the map, but it's also these other versions of Russia. Let's look at a few. Stop 1. The Republic of Sakha, located way out east. It's massive, 3.1 million square kilometers. It's in a time zone 6 hours ahead of Moscow. The people here don't look like what you might expect. They speak a Turkic language. Its capital, Yakutsk, is the coldest large city on Earth, and this frozen region is where 25% of the world's diamonds are mined. This is Russia, down south, bordering Azerbaijan and Georgia. The climate is hot and dry. People here speak over 30 languages, with 13 holding official status. Over 80% of the population is Muslim. The culture, the food, the fashion, it's a world away from the image of snowy Moscow. This is Russia. Stop 3. The Komi Republic, located in those Ural Mountains we talked about. It's known for its stunning natural beauty, but it also holds a darker history. This is where many of the brutal Soviet labor camps, the gulags, were located. Today, it's known for unique rock formations that locals believe are sacred. This is Russia. Stop for Kalmykia, located in the southwest. This is the only Buddhist region in Europe. The people are descended from nomadic Mongols, and their culture and temples feel completely transportive. This is Russia. Final stop, Tuva, right in the center of Asia. The people here are more closely related to Mongols, and they are famous for their incredible throat singing. So, the upshot is this. Russia got really big because of a survival instinct born from invasion, fueled by the profit of fur, and executed across a vast, empty plain. As they expanded, they enveloped a stunning mosaic of people and cultures. This is just a brief overview. The history is like Game of Thrones on steroids, and the cultural diversity is far deeper than I could show here. I know many of you are thinking, why didn't he mention my region? I want to hear from you. What parts of Russia do you know about that are the most surprising, the most unique, or the most misunderstood? Let me know in the comments. I've been fascinated by Russia, and this is just the beginning of the story. Thanks for watching. Okay, before you go, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes on everything from video editing and animation to business and photography. A lot of the map animations in this video, for example, start with good graphic design. There is an excellent class on Skillshare called Graphic Design Basics, Core Principles for Visual Design that teaches you the fundamentals. I've been using Skillshare for years to learn new skills and improve my storytelling. It's practical, affordable, and inspiring. Skillshare is offering an exclusive trial to the first 1,000 of my subscribers who click the link in the description. You can get a free trial of their premium membership and start learning something new today. It's a great deal, so go check it out.